we do need help to stand up to this, and we follow the nonviolent principles of Martin Luther King. So he starts saying that we should actually research whatever issue we're fighting, okay? So we've researched. It's taken us 3 years, but we've brought in science. We've had Physicians for Social Responsibility and come in and say it's dangerous and it's a proven problem to have a compressor station in the midst of a community. And so now we need more of the population to become aware and to join us as they can. We've had great support from Charlottesville, Seaville Rising. Friends of Nelson have mentored us and helped us get up to date on this. And then we brought in scientists, and we've done reviews of the compendium on fracking that was supplied to New York State. And we brought in a couple physicians and an engineer to look at the proposals. So every step of the way, we've tried to be objective and find the science and the actual facts. And it all boils down that if you did your own research, you'd come to the same conclusion. This is an unnecessary pipeline. It's really for Dominion's profit. We aren't against them having a profit, but not at our harm.
How can this pipeline be stopped? Well, it turns out that there are many possibilities for this pipeline to stop. And so I'll make a really brief list of them as I understand it. And of course, I'm sure there are many more that we haven't foreseen yet. First of all, the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission can deny a certificate to Dominion to build this pipeline. That can happen in different ways, or it can happen as a result of a lawsuit, even if they do issue such a permit. We've been building legal cases on this in terms of research and information for the last 3 years. We are prepared to go the route on this and make sure that if FERC should permit this, which they don't have to, and if they were doing due diligence, clearly wouldn't, we will fight that. Beyond that, Dominion can change its mind and withdraw the application for this pipeline. It's been shown very clearly, both by Dominion and other energy companies, that renewables are cheaper. They're in the benefit of the public to actually have renewables. That fossil fuels are a dead end, both in terms of climate and long-term energy production. Unfortunately, they don't make as much money for Dominion as building pipeline infrastructure does. They make 15% on the infrastructure alone. And so if Dominion's public relations can't afford this, if their political capital gets spent, if they see the folly of their ways, then they can change their mind and do the right thing and put their investments in places that serve everybody. Beyond that, there's currently a lawsuit in Buckingham County where the compressor station is proposed to be built. The Board of Supervisors there approved a special use permit to build that pipeline on the compressor station on a property there. However, property owners have filed a lawsuit against both the Board of Supervisors and Dominion because the comprehensive plan of that county will only allow public utilities to apply for a change of zoning from agriculture to industrial. And Atlantic Coast Pipeline LLC is not a public utility, it's a for-profit corporation. This case has not been heard yet, but if the case is successful, it will derail the entire project. And we're looking forward to that happening. Other ways this can happen is that the state of Virginia has to issue water quality permits for this project. We know, thanks to the research we've done and that of the Dominion Pipeline Monitoring Coalition and others, that it's impossible to build this pipeline and to meet the state requirements for water quality. The impacts would violate the state Water Control Board regulations for clean water. So that being the case, the state of Virginia, the Commonwealth of Virginia, can step up and actually do the analysis that would give that information to the public and to itself, and to come to the right decision, which would be to deny that permit. If that permit is denied, then the pipeline cannot be built. We welcome everyone's input and help. First and foremost, the groups that are fighting this pipeline, pick the one of your choice and invest some time and energy and research into what they do and how they do it. The Allegheny Blue Ridge Alliance is a coalition of over 50 groups over a 4-county area in Virginia. They have wonderful information online and give updates of what's going on as it happens. Dominion Pipeline Monitoring Coalition has cutting-edge information that is more easily accessible and visible than anything that FERC and Dominion has been able to put together. Write letters to the editor, get information out there, because the more visible and the more vocal and the more obvious this is to newspapers, they will run more articles on it. They will cover what's happening. They will do the type of investigative journalism like the Highland Recorder in a recent article in the Richmond Times-Dispatch have done, that really exposes what's going on, things that we have known for a long time, but have taken a long, long time to get to the public view.
My concern is the people that are being impacted. People have gotten sick, and they're worried to death. I get reports of people being very ill. Fighting these pipelines takes a big toll on people over a long period of time, and I know people have died from worrying. I had a heart attack 3 months ago myself from worrying. So we need some relief. We need Dominion and EQT to stop this madness, because that's what it is. It's pipeline madness. That's what we call it. And listen to the people.
Make a fuss. Talk to your senators. It does not hurt to contact, in Virginia, Senators Kane and Warner. They have introduced bills that would affect the future of how pipelines are permitted based on the concerns of their constituents now. Why those would not be made retroactive would be a really good question for them.
Join us. Because we are tired. It is hard. We need all the help we can get with this. Many hands make light work.